A question for Nana. Wait, who was more technical, Ronaldinho or Zinedine Zidane?
So moving on to our first segment today, which is based on technical players, which will lead us on to a bigger topic and debate which is going on around about now. So I'm just going to get straight into it. I'm going to go around to the panel. They're going to name 5 or as many as they can technical players which spring to mind straight away as soon as we say it. We'll start off at this end.
I think it goes without saying, you've got KDB, you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, you've got James Maddison. I think those 3 players really stand out. You've got a number of other players that have obviously improved technically, but if you're going on the basis of technical, what comes to head, I think those 3 that I've mentioned definitely straight off the dome.
What is this?
Yeah, on a technical side of things, because I think, I know I got to just say who.
What your definition of technician?
Yeah. My definition of technique is different because I think if you're playing at the elite level, which is Premiership, I think everyone should be technically sound. Like you got to be. I think you've got to be in there. You've got to be technically.
No, that's his opinion.
Listen. I feel like you've got to be technically if you're playing at that level. Like you're not an average footballer anymore. You're playing at an elite level. But I think to me, when someone says to me technically, I'm looking at like your coordination, like silk. I play at controls the ball. Like Zidane was technically special. Like you know what I'm saying. So that's when someone says to me technically.
So who in the Prem? Give
us players.
Go. Name your players. Let's go around and we'll come back to everybody.
I'll probably go for. So I'll name a midfielder, a striker, and a defender. Okay. So I'll go for Van Dijk. Okay, as a centre half. Yeah, I think as a centre half, he's got very good technique. And as a midfielder, I'm going to go for Pogba. And as a centre forward, I'll go for Rashford. I think how he strikes the ball is very, very
Rashford for technique.
No, he's doing
we'll come back because I want everyone to go around. Then we'll come back.
Murder, get close to the mic.
Varney, Inks, Varney.
Ings, they're technical players to you.
Yeah, Inks, and Cody.
Who?
Connor Cody.
And Kevin Gobrien.
De Bruyne, yeah? Okay, Danny. What springs to mind? That's how it's got to work. What springs to mind when you hear technical players?
Well, Murdoch, you've been watching Connor Cody, yeah?
Do your team.
Technical players for me, I'll have to go KDB, Harry Kane, Pogba. I would have to go for Greenwood. I don't know. There's something about Greenwood that I like, man. He's just left foot, right foot. He reminds me of a young Van Persie. He's just. So I'll go for Greenwood, and I think the 5th one, I would have to mention Trent. I see Trent do some certain things, and I just think, nah, this guy is just technically different. And I don't fucking like Liverpool, so you know, Trent. Yeah, I'll go for Trent.
Yeah. So when you're talking about technical, I see it as like the way you manipulate with the ball. Forget about all the physical attributes that you bring to it. The way you deal with the ball. So if you're a good dribbler, so my. I'll put a few names in there because I've got a few names. I'm not doing it in order, by the way. Yeah. So I think Zaha, the way he just manipulates the ball and just like effortless, he has to be in there. You got Pogba, he's a baller. He's like the way Pogba can pick out a pass, his touch sometimes is phenomenal. He's the closest.
Hold on.
Is
that half a technique?
No. The way he dribbles, his dribbling ability. No, he's dribbling. I'm saying what you do with the ball is your technique. It's technical.
It's different.
So So the way he manipulates the ball and just like what he does, like if you watch him five-a-side, So I'll put Zaha in there because of that, because his dribbling is probably one of the best one in the Premiership. And then
Pogba, you said Pogba.
I said Pogba because he's probably the closest player now, the way he plays, to a Zidane. But I'm not saying it's Zidane, but if he finds the right crowd, right position, he could eventually.
You got to be consistent. Allow that, man.
Yeah,
we'll come back to the Pogba. We don't want to have a Pogba debate.
The team is not ready for him, so you're 15th, so you can't.
So you don't even have to name 5. Just
anyway, and then you got KDB, Kevin De Bruyne, Man City. Yeah, he's just mad. He just runs with the ball, speed at any level. He's crossing, he's through balls. It's a bit mad. And then I want to go to the Arsenal boys as well, because I think people are missing them out. You got like Lacazette, even though he doesn't score a lot of goals.
Fuck off, Lacazette.
No, the way. Cool. I'm gonna give him the reason why I'm picking Lacazette. So wait, and then I got like Mason Greenwood as well.
Yeah.
And there's a few more. But
It's okay. That's what comes to mind.
All right,
Rob.
listen. Straight at the bat, yeah, I know he's not playing now, but you got to mention Ozil. If you're talking about technique, ability to pass the ball, ability to see a ball, I didn't say he's playing. I'm saying his ability to see a pass. Name me a better passer than him in the last 5 years.
Yeah, go. So you said Ozil.
In the last 5 years,
A
name me
better passer in the last 5 years.
Just have that in your mind. Just have that in your mind.
Fair enough.
No. I know he's up there. You don't need to tell me.
I love Ozil.
Secondly,
I love Ozil.
Premiership player, man.
Okay.
I've loved Ozil since
Secondly,
2006. I love Ozil.
Secondly,
Oh, come on.
you're gonna say Kevin De Bruyne, yeah? But I'm also gonna say Bernardo Silva as well. Again, his ability to see your pass, the way he connects it, and for a player who's not very fast in a very fast league, his mind is so quick, it's unbelievable. Yeah. Man United, someone said it earlier, Rashford, his technique on striking the ball is so much more advanced than when he stepped in. You got to give it to him. I think 2 of the goals he scored in midweek, an amazing technique. And last but not least, I've been battling with this one in my head, but again, he's not playing, but Jack Wilshere. He's not a player.
Go away.
You tell me Jack Wilshere
Technical player.
Yeah, maybe in the nightclubs, yeah. The most
I'm
technical
not
player in the
gonna lie, I'm
nightclub.
not trying to interrupt your top 5, but you're telling me you're not putting Trent there.
Hold on.
That's it.
Yeah, but that's your thing.
That's it. We'll come back.
Hold on.
Says left, then we're going to discuss.
You know what? For everyone to be here, and especially when we're talking about technical players, for everyone to miss out on this one player that I'm going to name, unbelievable. One friggin' matter. One friggin' matter.
Don't be playing. We're just talking about technical. Matter's got Matter.
One matter.
Yeah.
I agree with Rob. Although he's not playing,
That's what he's got.
Mesut Ozil's got to be in there.
Yeah.
Jack Grealish. I would definitely put Jack Grealish in there.
Yeah.
Jack Grealish should be in there. I would go with young Reece.
Reece James.
Reece James.
For Chelsea.
Yeah, I was debating that.
Young
I'll
Reece
put Trent in
James.
front of him.
Young Reece for Chelsea. And my last one, because that's only 3. Then I'll go with Mason Greenwood and
4.
Mason Greenwood is 4.
Yeah.
And then Marcus Rashford is 5.
Obviously, I've seen a few things online, a few debates online, so obviously I wanted to bring it into here because obviously if we're looking at obviously who we've discussed and who we've named, it's been a varied choice. You know what I mean? Again, it's all about the definition and what we decide what's technical and what isn't. But how many of those have we mentioned, if we say it, are black players? Yeah, and that's a bigger debate because there's a stigma opening wide about black players not being technical or being technicians. And obviously that's a bigger discussion which I want to go into. Why do you think that is?
I named 3 and all of them were black players. Yeah?
Well done.
Yeah, I named 3 and all of them were black players.
Who did you name again? You named
I did a centre back, a midfielder, and a centre forward. Yeah.
Van Dijk, Pogba,
Yeah.
and Rashford.
Do
No.
you know what, Mo? I definitely wanted you to elaborate on us. Why would you put Van Dijk
Okay.
as a technician?
Listen. I'm looking at as a centre half, how good he is and how composed he is on the ball. Okay, we rarely get that in Premiership. Like you had Ferdinand and your Terrys, but Van Dijk he's been the one who sort of like brought that again into the. Maguire tries to, but I don't think he's good enough. Okay, so the second one was Pogba, right? And the reason why, if you look at the 2 players, because usually when you say a technician, they usually let's just sort of the physical side of them. They're usually small, low sense of gravity. But these players I've mentioned, the reason why I really like them is because of their size. They're still very good technically. Like they do things and it just looks effortlessly, and you want to associate that with that sort of body type, and obviously with Rashford as a centre forward, especially as a young centre forward. Do you know what? I'm quite jealous I didn't say Greenwood. To be fair, because I was
Rashford. I'm not having Rashford, by the way.
I would have said Greenwood, but the reason why I said Rashford is because I was thinking about it for a very long time. the way he strikes the ball, okay, as someone who played as a centre forward, there's only one player that I've really seen that do that was like Van Persie was very good at striking the ball, and I think Rashford, as striking the ball, is very close to that, and that's what. And that's
Can I add to that, please?
No.
Danny, we haven't heard from you, Danny.
I would have to say that I agree with you on Reece James. I think Reece James is quite technical for a young player that's just coming to the Chelsea team. I think he's shown what he can do outside the box, shots, range of shots, putting crosses in, great. And I think my last thing, no. But you can just see the technical players.
He's more physical. What has assist got to do with?
Wait. Let Danny finish.
He's more physical.
And then lastly, I know no one said this, but lastly, I have to say Aubameyang up there for me.
Technician.
In terms of technique, up there for me. Up there for me.
So
Actually, I would have put. No, sorry. It's even for me Aubameyang or Mane, because Mane nobody gives Mane the credit he deserves. I've seen Mane do certain things, and I just think, nah, this is just.
But this is what goes into my thing about stigmas. Is it because of how he plays? Is it because how he looks, how he runs, that people don't see Mane as a technician?
I think it's because he works so hard.
And he's got physical ability as well.
I agree, because Nana mentioned Zaha, and people just focus on the speed and rapidness of his play. They don't see the way he passes, the way he strikes the ball. That's a part of technique.
Read that.
But
last night.
if I was to throw something out there, a player that I think is very technical is the Leicester boy, Yoris Tielemans. And a lot of people don't look at him, but I want people to open up and start paying attention.
What sort of technique are we talking about?
I'm talking about his ability.
That's everything.
Listen to what I'm about to say. He reminds me of Scholes. I'm not saying he's as good as Scholes. Did you hear me?
Yeah,
he
of course.
reminds me of Scholes, but I didn't say he is as good as Scholes, yeah? What I'm saying to you, his ability to pick a pass, he gets assists, and if you see a lot of the football that they play, it evolves around him. Secondly, a lot of people have looked over this. This is a guy that's proven himself, Willian. You can't tell me this guy's not technical. Look at the way he strikes the ball at Chelsea, at Arsenal, and his ability to pick a pass. Yeah. There's two people who I haven't picked. One is Calvin Phillips, because I don't think he's been in the Premiership long enough. But from what I've seen so far, I would say he's very technical.
What, Phillips for who? For Leeds?
For Leeds. I haven't seen him long enough. That's why I haven't put him up there. But I would like to see him throughout the season. The same with Alcantara. I know he's technical, but I just want to see him throughout the Premier League season.
You know what's a bit mad here, just to add on there, I think naturally when it comes to black players, a lot of people subconsciously think, he's a very fast player. Oh, he's a very strong and powerful player. Immediately, like we've just been discussing, technique doesn't always come to the forefront. They always look at those different aspects. But like we've mentioned, there are a number of players in the Premier League who are black or of a different ethnicity that are very technical. I think even if you're looking at Sadio Mane, very, very technical player, but because again he's very strong and powerful and he's dominating against his fullbacks, a lot of people will just look at the aspect that he's a strong boy, he's very willy-nilly. What I also want to add, I know it's a little bit off topic, but if you go back years ago, I think Yaya Toure, in terms of his technique, was absolutely underrated. Obviously, where he's 6'3", 6'4", people are forgetting the amount of goals he was scoring, the amount of goals he was making, the amount of goals he was creating. You know what I mean? So it's just about looking at... It's just about looking at different aspects there and obviously opening up your perspective rather than allowing it to be closed.
I think that's the key, what he said, open up your perspective.
Hold on. Can I say something?
Boys, one voice.
You will. I'll come around. We have to understand one thing, right? We're talking about technical ability. Now, we have to understand, what are we talking about when we're saying... We've got to be clear and very specific on what we mean when we say in terms of technical ability. Because listening to everyone here, what everyone else is saying, different people have got their own understanding of what technical ability is. Because, let me finish. I've heard people here call dribblers, because they're very good at dribbling, is technical. The technique. Hold on.
It's a skill.
But this is what I said.
Go on.
We have to be specific of the definition of technique. What are we talking about when we say technique?
Or a technician.
Do you understand? So hold on. like we said, if we're talking about a technician,
Yeah.
like I mentioned, someone like a Juan Mata, you're not gonna compare a Juan Mata to a Wilfred Zaha.
No.
The technical ability is completely different.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is based on people.
How can you?
No, I'm asking you a question. Go, you make it
I'm
statement. I just want to
and
say
hold
why.
on, and I'm gonna
One
tell you
can
why.
give,
One of them has what you called a skill,
Yeah.
which is to dribble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And skill is
which
not
is
just dribbling.
which is hold on,
Skill is not just
hold on.
dribbling.
I'm gonna
Go,
tell
go,
you
go.
some, I'm
Let-
gonna tell you
let him
something.
land.
Technique to me, one of the key aspects of a technique is a player. How are you? For me, my first touch always has to be ready for my next pass.
Got that.
Yeah. Zaha is a
Plays
good
off the
dribbler
cuff.
of a ball.
Saha is an
Yeah.
instinct player.
He's a very
instinct
good dribbler.
player.
Because then you know what?
You
Then
can't
you know
be
what?
instinctive
Then you
if
know-
you're
Mo,
not- if
Mo,
you're a
Mo,
technician.
Wait, boys, change the voices.
Let
Nana,
him
let
finish.
Nana
Listen,
reply.
hold on, listen to this. If based on what you're saying, then we've all not made a mistake, but we've all forgotten one player here then. Based on what you're saying. Raheem Sterling. Let's talk about Raheem Sterling as well then. No, hold on. I'm saying based on what you're saying.
What you said about technique and Juan Mata, you didn't explain the difference, by the way. But Juan Mata, all right, he got a good touch. His first touch is great. Fine, I'll give him that. Zaha has got a good touch as well. Like he can kill a ball. Like and then he can play a pass. Your Zaha can play a pass because he can draw players in. I've seen him not this week, the following week he got an assist where he played some mad ball and the player scored. So I think in that terms, if you're comparing, obviously Juan Mata is more technical. That's what he's got because he's not fast, he's not strong, so he's more technical. But that does not. He's more technical. Oh, hold on. I'm saying, yeah, he's more technical. He's more technical.
That's not frustration. You're contradicting
yourself.
You're not listening to me.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating in the fact that it's frustrating. Listen. It's frustrating in the fact that we always got off the cuff. Okay.
I didn't finish.
We got to understand the definition of the question we're being asked. Okay. We're being asked for a technician. Okay. There's a difference between a technician and a skillful player. Okay, skill is not the same as technician. Okay, I understand if you go coordination and things like that. Yeah, you can relate coordination more with technique than you would a skill.
But you know, I want to hear that. I want to hear what Murdoch's got to say, though. I want to hear what Murdoch's got to say in terms of technical black players.
Well, to me, what you're saying here, Zara, skill. Mata, technical more than him. Listen what I'm saying. But that is the question I'm talking about. This is the question I'm asking. So when me say, look now, me talk about Varney. Varney no skill like
So
Zaha.
what technical abilities got?
What?
What four technical abilities got on the
The way he strikes the ball.
Vardy,
The way he
to
strikes
make
the
him.
ball.
No, he can hit a ball.
Yeah.
No.
Listen,
he can hit a ball.
you have a quick thinking.
That's not technique.
No, but this man just show you something.
No,
but
you never let me finish, you guys. I'm saying Juan Mata.
Let him finish.
I said
Okay,
Juan
let him
Mata is
finish.
more technical than Zaha.
But that's what I said.
No, yeah, but we're saying we're giving numbers of players that are technical. But Zaha is still no. You're disputing the fact that Zaha is a technical player. He can touch. I was giving you the reason why. I'm not comparing Mata with Zaha, who's more technical. I'm saying Zaha is a technical player. He's good technically because the way he manipulates the ball, he's got a good touch. He can play a pass. So technically, what can he do?
At that level, everyone should be technically good. Okay? When I say everyone should be technically good, when you play at an elite level, you should be able to control the ball. You should be able to head a ball. You should be able to do it, but it's how you do it.
When you talk about a technical player,
Yeah, but
everybody assumes a central midfielder or a creative player, yes or no? That's where you're going to have... Hold on. That's where you're going to have a difference between a defender, a right back, a striker. Because when we talk about Trent, we're talking about his delivery, right? When we talk about KDB, we're talking about his weight of pass, the penetration of his passing. That's why I put in Ozil. individual. Because you talk about the weight of pass, whether he goes long, where he goes short, whether he can see the run before it's made, or whether because of his natural ability, the person will make the run knowing that he doesn't have to be looking at them to pass it. And that's why when Sedi's saying that we're all going differently, it's because you're talking about a positional player. Because you know when you mention Yaya Toure, the first thing they say is when he's running, he's a steam engine coming at you.
Yeah.
A freight train.
Language being used
Your freight
to describe
train.
players.
You understand? A freight train is big and powerful,
Yeah.
and if you get in front of him, it's not you're tackling it; he's going through you.
And that's why we got to be very careful in it, because Murdoch made an interesting point. Murdoch mentioned that he has Vardy as one of his most technical players because of his brain. But realistically, I can hear that perspective. But a footballer could have a good brain, but not be the most technical player. That good brain.
Tommy, what about Vardy's brain? Do you like that? Do you think is technical?
His runs and all of that.
Sense of humor. About the game, read the game.
Sense of
Read up the game.
But you know what as well?
No, but that's good. But then,
Hey, let Murdoch talk. Murdoch talk.
Yeah, because him don't hold the ball, yeah? But him have a sense where him can't just bring the players. Oh, him just bring the players.
So his mind.
And in mind. In mind.
I see where he's coming from, but let him finish.
But just like Kevin De Bruyne. Sometimes you have to touch the ball, you know. For your same skill and have techniques, you know. You have to touch the ball.
On the ball, you can do it.
But majority of man, as what you're saying now, do that sometime now. Sometimes some not consistent.
When we was all playing football, technical ability, it was based on your control, your passing ability. Your control and your passing ability. Hold on. Let me finish. And you're not shooting. You're striking of the ball.
Hold on. Technical ability. Before you even receive the ball, they ask you where's your pass going to before you receive the ball.
No, but that's
So
not
what
technical.
you not saying?
I know the pitch. He wants to ask a
He's
question.
not
Go
in there,
on. Hold on. He is. Go on. Ask the question.
You think most managers care about that technical ability?
Of course.
100%.
No, but hold on. You know what you lot do? You know the picture I'm getting?
Lukaku.
He serves
He
the
strikes
pass.
the ball, yeah. He's got technique. Good technique for striking.
No. What I'm saying.
Goals. That's what the manager really cares
No, he's got good technical, like striking of the ball. He's got that. But
this is what I'm saying about us
such
playing
a
off
shit.
top.
It's different position.
Guy with score goals. That's why some managers they don't care.
You see that? Yeah. You see that? It's very
Yeah.
You see how we're touching on Lukaku there and we're touching about Vardy here, yeah? We're talking about their awareness, them being good goal scorers. It doesn't necessarily translate into them being the most technical player, because like I said, you can have a very good brain, but all of those aspects that we're mentioning in terms of how you touch a ball, how you strike a ball, you might not necessarily be the most technical.
A question for Nana. Wait. Who was more technical, Ronaldinho or Zinedine Zidane?
Zidane.
So there you go. Hold on. Why? No, wait.
Why?
Boys, listen. We're going off topic. We're going way off topic. So, listen. Listen. Yeah, okay. Said. So, obviously, as I said, I think we touched on it. We touched on it briefly. It's about perception and how black players are perceived. Now, okay, no, but we'll get around to it. But I said about perception and how black players are perceived, especially that when we talk about technicians and you say about number 10s, how many black players play as a number 10? Often it's kind of like the DM roles, centre back roles, and even for those of us who have played semi-pro, remember when we used to go out there back in the day, used to go out to these village Essex teams, and the setup, the 4-4-2 setup was kind of like a white keeper, 4 at the back, 4 in midfield, 2 black strikers up top, and they used to play because they can run. Yeah, because they can run. Yeah, exactly.
Come on!
Exactly.
Kick and run.